Hello and welcome to the God's Plan, Your Purpose, a 2025 Vision Workshop. I'm so excited that you are here. So today, here's what is on the docket for today, okay? The mindset you need to align your vision with God's plan, the clarity to uncover your next steps with faith-driven confidence, and the partnership of working with God to guide your decisions and actions moving forward. So by the end of this workshop, you're going to be on the right track to a more purpose-driven 2025. If that is you, if you are ready for that, and I just get an amen. I tell you, I am ready for that. I want more Jesus in 2025, more purpose in my life. Now, if you don't know me, I am Jessica, and I am a Christian business mentor, a homeschool mom, and a podcast host of A Purposeful Brand, and I am living here in sunny Florida. And my goal is to help you find clarity, align your business with God's plan, and confidently take the next steps in business. I want to see other Christian women live out their God-given purpose and boldly step into the woman that God created them to be. And I am on a mission to see more women of faith align their life and business with God's plan and to walk in obedience with what He has called you to do. And so I believe that we are living in a season right now where God is raising up His people to create an impact in the kingdom. And I believe that it's a special time right now for Christian business owners to make an impact right here in the entrepreneurial space. So it is time to boldly step into the God-given mission and bring God to the forefront to our business, to partner with Him and work with Him. Because I believe that business is spiritual. And God is the one who gave us the gifts and the talents that we have. He is the one that gave us the desire to start a business. He is the one who called us to it. And so that means that He has a plan and He has a purpose for the work that you are doing. And if He called you to it, then we are not called to work alone. We are called to partner with Him. Can I get an amen? So often, the last couple of years, I have seen so many women struggle with burnout, just feeling lost in their business, having a lack of purpose and vision and joy and overwhelm. And they, even though things may look good on paper, there's been this point that they've reached where they're like, something is missing. And it all has came down to one thing. It was their relationship with the Lord, whether they were out of alignment in their work, in their life. Maybe they weren't being true to who they really are, so they weren't living authentically and how God created them to be, and they're letting their values and shine through. And that was the one common thread that they had. And I found that so interesting because a few years ago when I came into this work, I had walked through that similar path, and a lot of people were not talking about this. They were not talking about faith. They were not talking about business. And so I had to walk through this path by myself and figure it out by myself with the Lord, who is the absolute best teacher. And over the last couple of years, I have seen God just moving through the entrepreneurial space. And I think it is so beautiful. And I am so excited to see what He has planned for 2025 and beyond. So, I want to share just a little bit of my story. I won't go into too many details, but I had started my entrepreneurial journey as a photographer probably about 12 years ago. And so I had been working as a photographer for many, many years, shot weddings, high school seniors and such. And when I moved from Ohio to Florida 10 years ago, I had taken a little bit of a break to work at corporate, and then I got married and I had two new babies. And so I was staying home with my babies for a while, and I really just kept feeling this pull back into business. And so I started my business again, my photography, as a branding photographer, specializing in branding photographer. And I spent years really honing my craft and learning everything there was about marketing and branding and how to merge the two visually. And, I invested a lot of my time and my money into building that business up. And it was after I had walked out of a 6-month high-ticket small group coaching program that, even though I had all the tools and everything on the back end was good, business was great, everything looked good, but I just felt like something was off. And I just had lost joy in the work that I was doing. And I just, I know I kept praying to the Lord and I said, hey, like, I don't know what's going on here, but I don't know if photography is the thing that you even want for me. Do you want me to do something else? Because, I've been building this thing for so long. And you gave me the talent to use, this camera to create beautiful images and to be able to bring an income into my family. And I loved photography and I was good at it, but there was a joy that was just missing, a joy that I just could not understand. And it was in that period when he revealed to me that I was not working with him, that I was not partnered with him, and I was out of alignment, specifically in my business. In my personal life, I was going to church and I was doing everything that, I was walking in alignment in my personal life, but my business was completely separate. And so we've got like these two boxes, the business box and then the church box, and they don't quite mesh. And I've, talked to so many women where they're like, I have my church friends and then I have my business friends, and that's great, but they don't both really understand, the business friends don't understand what's going on in the back end of my spiritual life and how that plays a part. And then my church friends, they don't understand the business side. And there's some kind of disconnect there. And I believe it's because we're not supposed to keep business separate. We're absolutely not supposed to keep business separate because business is spiritual. God is the one who gave us the business. He's the one who gave us those talents. And so therefore, we need to be working with him. And so that was my story, and walking through that journey of partnering with him, surrendering to him, and just, understanding that my business was more than just bringing in an income. It was more than that. It was deeper than that. It had purpose, and God had a plan to use me through my business. And that's when, he revealed to me that, hey, you're going to work with other women and you're going to mentor other women in the same way, in the same season that you walk through. You're going to help them walk through that same season. And so then about a year, maybe a little bit over a year ago, he called me to the podcast, A Purposeful Brand, and I was able to start using my voice to kind of help bridge that gap between faith and entrepreneurship. And so that's been such a beautiful journey. Just one in itself has been so wonderful. And so that's what's got me here today into this workshop right here. God's plan, your purpose, because I believe that he has a plan for the work that you are doing. And I believe that when we can partner with him and surrender our plans and our hopes and our dreams and our desires to him, that it's such a beautiful place to be in. And so maybe you are feeling, unsure of what the new year is looking like. Maybe, there's a little concern, but you're hopeful and you just really desire clarity for 2025. And so that's what I really want you to walk away with today, is to have just more clarity in where you feel that he is leading you. All right. So you may be in the right place if you are, like I said, you're unsure, you're feeling stuck, you're burnt out in your work. You're not sure if you're on the right path that God is calling you. Maybe he's calling you in a new direction and you're not really sure what that is or how to navigate those changes. You really desire to align your business goals and life with your faith. And you just desire clarity and purpose and joy as you are heading into 2025. So we are here to honor God daily, trust his plan, lead with faith, pursue purposeful work, and walk in obedience, because obedience is our responsibility and the outcome is God's. We just trust that he has a plan and a purpose for the work that he does, and we are then obedient to that work. All right, so in full transparency, I gotta let you know, I'm gonna share an offer with you at the end of this workshop, and it's not gonna be for everyone, and that's okay, because there's only 10 spots available for this offer. But I know that after you walk through this program, you might need a little bit more help navigating through some of the things that we talk about. And I know that there's gonna be so much just good things. God is gonna do so many good things through this offer that I have to share with you, and I would be stealing from you not to share it with you. So just want to let you know that is coming at the end. And like I said, it won't be for everyone, and that's okay. I still love you. All right. So let's go. All right, so I want to bring out my whiteboard here. And I want to talk about alignment first. Like, why is alignment actually important? Like, why is this important for us? All right, don't judge my handwriting. All right, so when we are in alignment, we are in a position of agreement, okay? Alignment is a position of agreement. And it's also an alliance. Okay? So when we are aligned with God's plan, with his purpose, we're in a position of agreement. So we agree that he is Lord. We agree that he is king, right? We agree that this is his plan and we're going to follow his plan because we agree with that. And we're in an alliance with him. Now, an alliance, here's the cool thing, is a relationship I hope you can see all that. Let me make sure. Okay. And so alliance is a relationship and you are associated with this person. So you're in alignment, so you agree that God has a plan and he has a purpose for your business. You agree that it is his plan that you are following. And you're in alliance with him. So you're in a relationship and you're associated with him. Because our salvation, our intimacy with the Lord, that is a relationship. We are associated with him by seeking his will every day, by praying, by seeking, asking him, who is it that you want me to serve? What is the plan that you have for my business? Where should I market? All these little things. That's a relationship. That's a relationship with him. Okay? We are associated with this person. We're associated with the Lord. Okay? So alignment is important because this says that we're in agreement. We agree that you are Lord and that everything that we do is for you. Just like Proverbs 16:3. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. He will establish your plans. So I'm curious how many of you have been out of alignment with your business. Maybe you are creating the plan and you are making all of the decisions and you're not seeking his guidance. And hey, no judgment here because I was there many, many times. I was there many times. So no judgment. But I think about the story of Haggai, and I have my Bible here. But I think of the story of Haggai because the people, they had finally returned to Jerusalem after some time, and they were going to rebuild the temple, the Lord's temple. And they had actually started to rebuild the temple, and then they got discouraged because things didn't go as planned. They got discouraged, And so they started building their own houses. And it even says in here, let me find this verse here. Oh, where is it? Where is it? So 3. So I'm in Haggai. He tells them, I can't find it right here, but he tells them, hey, you're in your paneled houses. Like, you're in your paneled houses. And when paneled, when they were talking about paneled, they were likely talking about like cedar planks that they used as like a decoration in their home. And cedar was a representation of wealth. This was expensive materials. So it was a representation of wealth, prosperity. So they were living in their home, building their home, making it beautiful, and making their own plans. And here the Lord is like, hey, consider your ways. It says right here in Haggai 1:6, you have sown much and harvested little. You eat, but you never have enough. You drink, but you never have your fill. You clothe yourselves, but no one is warm, and he who earns wages does so to put them in a bag with holes. When we think about us being in our business, running our business, and we're unsure, we lack clarity, we lack peace and joy in our work, we're feeling lost and uncertain, and like we have no control over things. Are we building our own house and not building the Lord's temple? It's just, I was reading this last week and I was like, oof, I was like, that is so good. But I'll tell you right here. Okay, if we go to Haggai 2:6, he tells us that he's going to make the new house better. So in Haggai 1, he tells us to go up and get wood and come and build his house. Okay, he tells us to go build his house. And so the people, they're like, okay, they're obedient. And so they go get the wood, they start building the new temple. And in 6, the Lord says, in a little while, I will shake the heavens and earth and the sea and the dry land, and I will shake all nations, so that all treasures of all nations that shall come in, and I will fill this house with glory. The silver is mine, the gold is mine, declares the Lord. The latter glory of this house shall be greater than the former. And this is a place I will give peace. Man, he will give us peace. That's a promise. Right here, that is a promise. He will give us peace. And right here, also, when we go back into 1, let me find this verse here. I had it written down. I should have highlighted it. That probably would have helped. Where are we? I don't have it yet, but he tells us in 1 that he wants to take pleasure and be glorified in his temple. In the new house, he wants to take pleasure and be glorified, and he's going to give us peace. So maybe you have been building all on your own, and you've been feeling stuck. Something's just feeling off. You're not sure what it is. And he said, hey, go up and get the wood, bring it down, and build my temple. I'm going to take pleasure in it. I'm going to be glorified in it. And I'm going to give you peace. That's so good. All right. So now we're going to do a reflection exercise. So grab your notebook, your pen, and I have a document here. Let me hit copy on this. I have a document here that I'm going to share with you. Put that in the comments. Okay. So this is just a Google document. You can just go ahead and make a copy of it. Just make a copy of it, and you can go through these questions that I'm going to share with you, these prompts, again later on. Like, work through it right now, and then go through it again later on when you have time to pause, and pray and just dig a little deeper with the Lord. Okay. But when we reflect, it means to think deeply or carefully about. And so to be able to move forward, we really need to think deeply and carefully about the past. So we need to think about 2024 and ask ourselves some very important questions, reflect on the year and how it went. And once we know we were able to reflect and think deeply about it, we can see, okay, what went good? What didn't go good? What was out of alignment? Where do I need to move in the new year? What steps do I need to take? What do I need to get rid of, add on? We can't do that. We can't make plans for 2025 unless we reflect on the year before. Okay? So the goal is for you to process the past year. And as you process, you gain clarity. Okay? All right, so the first question is, what went well in 2024? What went well? And go ahead and share in the comments if you want to share something that was good, like one good thing that went well in 2024. I want to give you just a minute. So what went good? What was something that you're like, yeah, that was so good? Even whether it's personal or it's in, your business, something like, yeah, that was a really good thing. It could be that you just got peace in this, area. It could be that here. Let me figure out how I can get this here. Hi, Kimberly. Give me 1 second here. I need to figure out how to show my face on the screen because then it won't record my presentation. Show self view. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it either. How do I make this one little? Okay, I think this could maybe work. Okay. Nope, this is a pain in the butt. Okay, we're gonna leave it like that. Thanks for hopping in, Kimberly. Right now, what we're doing is a reflection exercise. So we're reflecting on 2024 because to reflect is to, think deeply, and to carefully process. And as we move into 2025, we are going to reflect on the past year. So I put in the chat box, there's a document in there that'll have these reflection questions, so you can go over them a little bit more later on. But if you want to share, what is one thing that went well in 2024? You want to share in the comments one thing that went well? Okay. So the second question is, where did you feel God's hand in your life or your business in 2024? Where did you feel him moving? That you're like, okay, that was 100% all God and not me. That was him. Finding connections to move forward on things. Yes, that's love that. Sometimes he will put people in the right spot so that you can make those connections. Love that. The third question is, what areas felt misaligned for you? Where were you out of alignment, or what areas caused you stress? And that could be in life or in business. Yeah, I understand that absolutely. All right. Okay, so the last question that I have just for this exercise here is, and this is a good one. This one I always have to really think about. What lessons is God teaching you? Like, what did he teach you from 2024? Like, you walked away with one lesson. What was it that he is teaching you? And that might be something that you need to sit with a little bit longer. Maybe you've already thought about this and you're like, "Yep, no, I know what lessons I learned." That's why the document is there. You can go over the questions a bit more later on too. So, all right. Yes. Step forward in faith and do new things in many areas. You know, I was just saying before you hopped on, Kimberly, that obedience is our responsibility. Just obedience. We trust that He's got a plan. We don't need to know all those steps. We just trust and have faith that He has a plan, and we walk in obedience, and then He's responsible for the rest. We do the ordinary, and then He does the extraordinary. All right. So we're gonna move on. I'm gonna erase this. What I was showing here was alignment, the importance of alignment, right? When we're in alignment, we're in a position of agreement with the Lord's plan. We're in an alliance with Him, okay? And when we're in an alliance with someone, we're in a relationship with that person, or we're associated with that person. So we're in this position of agreement that we agree that He is King. He is in charge of everything. He gave us the ideas for business. He gave us our gifts, our talents. There's plan and purpose to the life and work and things that we're doing. And so we're in a position of agreement, and that's where obedience comes in. All right. Hopefully you can, let me make sure you can see that. Okay. So this is a 3-step framework to help you set faith-aligned goals. So the first step is pray. if you follow me anywhere on social media, you listen to the podcast, I'm always going to tell you that the first step is to pray. We need to pray about it because we have to seek guidance, God's guidance, before we set any goals, before we make our plans for 2025, before we determine what steps we need to make. We need to pray about it so we can take some time to seek his guidance and ask him, where is it that you need me to go? And one thing that I always love to do and I always suggest is maybe you need to fast. Maybe it's for a day, maybe it's for a few days, whatever maybe you feel the Lord calling you to. Fast and really seek his guidance in so these specific areas in your life that you are planning for 2025. And so some things specifically for business that I like to reflect on during this step is I like to go to the basics, the basic foundational pieces of business. And this is, who are you calling me to serve? How are you calling me to serve them? So these are like offers in, what areas he needs to put you in so that you can serve the people that he has a plan for your business for. What do I need to let go of? So what was in 2024? It wasn't working. It wasn't aligned. And it's not serving the people that you called me to serve. So what do I need to let go of? And then what do I need to start doing? And when we can go back to the basics, sometimes we have to take that step back. Sometimes the Lord is calling us to something and we end up in our own direction and we end up lost. And he's like, hey, let's go back to the start here. Let's go back to these foundations and build on the right foundation. So the second part of the framework is to then plan. So after we've prayed, we've saw his guidance, and he reveals to us, after he's revealed to us who we're to serve, how we're to serve them, what to let go of, all those things, then we're going to plan, and we're going to put pen to paper and set some actual tangible goals. So maybe he's calling you to pivot in your business, just like he did when I, went from a photographer to a business mentor. That was a complete 180 pivot. I had to go back to the business basics and say, okay, so who am I serving now? Okay, so my new goal, so one of my goals was, okay, so I need to build, since I'm serving a completely different demographic, I need to build and develop a new buyer persona. And I need to make sure I build offers that align with that person or that group of people, and that align with what you're calling me or how you're calling me to serve them. So those were basic, tangible then goals that I had to put down. So this is how we are aligning our vision. We're praying, seeking his guidance. So we're getting into alignment there. We're getting into that agreement, that position of agreement. And then we're going to put pen to paper and we're going to make those goals with what he told us. And so then the last part, which is the hardest part for most people, is to partner and to surrender those plans. Oops. Surrender our plans. We partner with him, we surrender our plans to him. Like I said, we do the ordinary and he does the extraordinary. Because sometimes he'll ask us to do things differently than what the world tells us to do. And we're like, okay, you want me to do what? You want me to, cut this offer off, stop marketing this business? What is it that you want me to do? And we have to trust and walk in obedience and trust that he's got a plan for what he's calling us to do. Because when we're in alignment with his plan, then again, we're not responsible for the outcome. And honestly, I don't know about you, but that sounds pretty freeing to me. It sounds really freeing to not have to be responsible for the outcome. So this is the three-step framework. Pray, plan, and partner. And this is how you're going to start setting those faith-aligned goals so that you can really start aligning your vision with his vision, and that you're walking into the new year, new season, wherever you're heading into, with purpose and clarity in your next steps. And I put that three-step framework in the document as well. So that's in there for you to go back to. So I really encourage you to go back to that document, go through those reflection questions, go through those first, pray, sit in some time. Maybe it takes, you're spending a couple hours, maybe over the course of a few days, take some time with that, and then go through the three-step framework. And then set those goals. Pray about it, set those goals, and then partner and trust him. All right. So now that you know, okay, I'm in alignment. I trust you, Lord. You've got a plan and a purpose, and hey, I'm here to just use me however you see. All right. Now, what if you didn't have to go through all of that alone, and you didn't have to go through all those steps? Because, it can be a lot sometimes and confusing and trying to discern those steps, and you didn't have to go into that alone. And if you're ready to walk into 2025, like just so aligned with God's plan and his purpose, and with clarity in where you're going, then I want to invite you into the Aligned and Purposeful Inner Circle. And this is a small, intimate group where we're going to dive even deeper than into everything that we touched on today. There's going to be so much more. And like I shared in the beginning, this is not for everyone. There's only 10 spots. So it may be for you. Maybe you're feeling the Lord calling you to it. Maybe this is not for you, and that's okay. I love you either way. But the aligned and purposeful inner circle, it's not like your average group coaching program. It's intentionally small so that we can dig deep into your unique challenges and goals. And so it is a personalized blend of one-to-one coaching and group support. And so that means that you're going to have accountability, feedback, and encouragement, not just from me, but from other faith-filled women walking the same path that you're on right now. And the great thing is everything is biblically rooted. So we're not just building success for the sake of success. We're aligning every step and every action with God's purpose for your life and your business. And so what that looks like is over the course of 4 weeks, we're going to focus on clarity, alignment, boldness, and sustainability. And then in addition to that, we're also going to we're going to create your CEO protocol. And it's kind of like I kind of like to call it a routine that helps you to stay in alignment with his goals daily. And so, like I said, I'm keeping the group small, just 10 women, because I really want to give you my personalized attention. So that means spots are limited. But this is your opportunity to start 2025 to walk fully aligned and supported in a way that sets the tone for the entire year, and not even the year, but even past that. These are tools that you're going to gain to be able to go, honestly, you're going to carry that with you forever to help you stay in alignment with him and being able to set, faith-filled goals and help you build that confidence and boldness in whatever season that he is calling you to. And so the price to join the program is $497. And so for those of you that are in the workshop, you're getting $50 off. So that'll knock it down to $447. And then what I'm doing is if you submit your application by tomorrow, Saturday at midnight, you're going to get a free one-on-one coaching call. And so this call is going to give you a chance to just gain extra clarity, extra focus before we even dive into the group coaching experience, setting you up for success before it even starts. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the application link. So it's not, you can't just go and sign up. So what I did was I want to make sure that I have the right women in this program that are ready. They are ready to just dive deeper with the Lord and they're ready for, to partner and have someone help them walk through this process with them. And so you fill out the application, which will take less than 5 minutes, maybe not even. And then you'll schedule a call with me. Um, and then we can talk about it and make sure that this is a right fit for you. But I'm so excited to, and so expectant really for what the Lord has for the women that are going to come into this program. And then, so it's 4 weeks, but we're also going to do a bonus fifth week for like implementation and celebration. So that way, after February, so we start the beginning of February is the first week. And so then after February, you are on your way to a purpose driven, really exciting 2025. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and if you have any questions, you can drop those in the chat or go ahead and unmute yourself and you can ask if you have any questions on the workshop or on the aligned and purposeful in a circle. If you have any questions on either or, just go ahead and drop them in there. I know someone on Tuesday, someone was asking about the time. So we are starting on let me get the date here. The 4th. So it's going to be on Tuesdays. So it'll be February 4th will be the start date. And then I have 2 times available that I have open. And so I guess that'll be dependent on it'll either be 11 a.m. that's Eastern time or 6 p.m. Eastern time. And so what I'll do is I'll kind of create a poll to see what's going to work best for everyone. And then we can figure that out. But there will be replays if you're not able to make it. Time former. Yeah, absolutely, Kimberly. That's great. Time former program. Do you have any questions about the workshop? I know you hopped in a little bit late, Kimberly. I will be sending out a replay, so you'll be able to watch the first half.
Okay, that'll be great. And I'm so sorry. And I missed the other night. Something was going on. I had to help my family. So thanks for doing it a second one. I appreciate it. All right.
You're
All right.
welcome. Thank
Thanks.
you for hopping
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, sure. All right. Bye.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and hang up here. But like I said, if you have any questions, just go ahead. I'll send an email reminder out, and you can respond to that email with any questions. You can message me on Instagram, and I am looking forward to chatting with you later. All right, have a beautiful and blessed day.